Welcome on into the broadcast, everybody. Apologies for some technical difficulties not getting through the first couple batters. Connor Hoyt for the A's flew out to left field. Bubba Thompson just struck out. They're facing off against James Williams for the Lumberjacks today. James Wood steps up to the plate, checks swing, and they say he went on the fastball by James Williams. It's James Wood, Christian Ramos, Gilbert Casio, JoJo Biles, Kirk Felican, Kurt Lindsey, and Carson Krell round out the lineup for the A's. Strike two on James Wood. It's 0-2 now. Stephen Buxton joined by Jayce Cicinelli here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network. 1-1 pitch. Outside catches the zone. It's 1-2 now. Jayce going into day two of PSCL playoffs. Day one was obviously extremely exciting. We had the Rush play MLB China DC. The Haymakers played the A's, and that one's chopped off the hands, right to the mound, back to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first inning here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first here in Palm Springs. Stephen Buxton, Jayce Cicinelli joining you here for A's and Lumberjacks. It's 0-0 so far. Lumberjacks coming up to take their first at-bats of the day. Joe Jimenez, Nick Eli, Johnny Alley due up against Peyton Von Canel. PSCL All-Star on the mound for the A's. If they can reach, Drew Perry and then Binion Gebhardt. Von Canel kicks and fires. Jimenez squared up to bunt, pulled it back, but it was still called a strike, 80 miles an hour on the outside corner.
Yeah, Peyton Von Canel, 4-pitch mix, 2-seam slider, curveball, and changeup.
0-1 pitch. Down and away. It's 1-1 now. Should be a good matchup today. Both these teams 1-2 in their conference. 1-1. Outside ball 2.
Looks like John DeCesar behind the plate today, and Carlos Hernandez over there for the base umpire for today.
2-1 pitch. Catches the corner. It's even now. Lumberjacks coming into the game. They were the leaders in the Southern Division, 12-6. They were 5-2 at home, 7-4 away. Obviously, the home team here today. 2-2 pitch to Jimenez. Chopped down the third base line into the Lumberjacks dugout. A's came into the day 10-9. They were 4-6 at home, 6-3 on the road, so they are in a position they've been playing better in today.
And how about this matchup out of the gate, Steven? All-Star versus All-Star showing out here.
2-2 pitch. Floater to right over second base, caught by, that's Gilbert Casio at second base today for the A's.
That's a good job by Peyton Von Canel. What he does so bestly, Steven, is he will create a lot of soft contact. 27 strikeouts to the 16 walks in his 24 and a third innings of work, a 101 record, a 4.81 ERA.
He's been outstanding all year, and the A's are going to lean on him today. They had 3 all-star pitchers. Von Canel, one of them. 2-2, or first pitch to Nick Eli. It's 0-1 against Nick Eli with 1 out. Nobody on. Eli playing right field today. A 1 pitch squares around to bunt, and it's foul. Jayce, I know you were here watching some of the games yesterday, whether it was on the backfield or here on the stadium. I mean, what did you see? It should be another exciting day in the PSCL today.
Yeah, I mean, almost every game was coming down to the last inning, a lot of late-inning thrillers, and, I mean, it's just a perfect start to the playoffs.
0-2 pitch, line to Casio at second. Throw down to first, 2 outs.
And already you're seeing both starters. We didn't even really talk about the pitching matchup in the open, but James Williams versus Peyton Von Canel, 2 of the best pitchers in the whole PSCL this summer. Should be a good pitcher duel here this morning.
Payne Von Canel out of Concordia, Irvine. Coming into today with a 4.81 ERA. Facing off against Johnny Alley. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball at the bottom of the zone had him fooled.
Yeah, Johnny Alley, arguably one of the top potential MVP candidates of the whole PSCL. One of the only hitters with 3 home runs.
Second pitch gets by Krell.
He's got 8 extra base hits, 3 doubles, 2 triples as well, 17 RBIs, and a batting average of .419. Swung the bat very well and has been the perfect 3-hitter for the 1-seeded Lumberjacks all season long.
Trying to extend this inning, trying to get the Lumberjacks a base runner. Here's the pitch driven into right field. Going back on that is Curtis Lindsey, and he's not going to get there. Bounces on the warning track over to the wall. Throw back into the infield. Not in time. 2-out double for Johnny Alley. And Drew Perry's got a runner in scoring position.
And right on cue, Stephen, what Johnny Alley has done all season long. Doesn't expand the zone a lot, waits for a mistake, gets one middle in, turns on that one down to the right field corner, gets a 2-out double in the first hit of the ballgame.
Now another one of the Lumberjacks PSCL All-Stars. It's Drew Perry coming up to the plate. Perry out of Delta College, playing first base today. First pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1. Perry, one of a slew of Lumberjacks hitters that just tore the cover off the ball. 447, 553 on base, an OPS over 1,300. It's 1-1 now.
And you talk about a team like the Lumberjacks. They started the season out 8-0 and are just 4-6 since then.
Needing to get hot at the right time, though. 1-1 pitch to Perry. Gets under that floater into center field. Going back on that is Connor Hoyt. He'll settle just in front of the warning track for the third out. 4 batters come to the plate in the bottom of the first, and it's still no score going into the second. We'll have a surprise for you coming up here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Top of the second inning here in Palm Springs, and I'm joined by the Bombers coach, Jonathan Grishman. Jonathan, congrats on the great season. It was a great run. You guys almost pulled off the upset.
We did. It was something that all summer we've been very competitive. I appreciate the congratulations. It was all credit to the boys. They played really well all summer.
Christian Ramos leading things off. Gets on top of that, fouls it back. It's 0-1 now. And Coach Grishman, it was one of the most exciting games of the year yesterday. What was the takeaway just from how your guys were able to fight all year long? Obviously the tough start, 0-2 now.
Yeah, here's the thing about it. And our record didn't show a lot as far as wins and losses, but we played very competitive all summer, and it showed yesterday. We had a good strategy going into the playoff game, and we executed it in the first half of the ball game. It's just something that, it's part of it where you don't, a play here and there kind of doesn't go our way, a mistake happens, and it kind of snowballed on us.
Fastball gets away from James Williams. It's 1-1. That one gets away again. It's 2-1 now. And you've played almost all of these teams. What can we see today?
So what you're seeing right now is with both groups is they got strong pitching. Again, Peyton Van Canel, who was an all-star, he pitched really well. I got the chance to coach him in the all-star game. And it was very impressive how he attacks. And both these pitchers right now early in the ball game, they are attacking the hitters and challenging them right now.
It's 2-2 now on Christian Ramos. Apologies, it was 3-2, and that's a leadoff walk. And you mentioned being able to coach a lot of these guys in the PSCL All-Star game. What was that like for you? Where does that rank in your experiences in baseball, around baseball, or as a coach in general?
It was an honor. I was very happy that I was asked to coach the group, and it was a goal of mine when I came in and I showed up here. It was a goal to be able to have that opportunity to coach the All-Star game. I've put a lot of work in with the boys in my group with the Bombers, and I'm proud that the PSCL asked me to coach that group. It was a lot of fun. It was a great experience. It was challenging, too, to be able to have so many pitchers and so many players and have to rotate guys in and out every few innings. It was a lot of fun to challenge myself and be able to work it and see just how great these guys are, that what they've done all summer.
And it was a great job. You guys basically gave the Power the best run for their money that they've had all year. You were up going into the 7th inning. 1-1 pitch. Called strike.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Again, even watching that group, watching the Power, just how good of a ball club they are and what Casey Dill has done with them all summer, and seeing their development and what they're doing. They're trying to learn out here this summer to go back to their schools in the fall. It was a lot of fun to see how good of a group they have here in Palm Springs.
1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do it again. And what can we see from the A's offensively? Obviously, they've been able to have a solid season. They were 10-9. They've been up and down at points, but it's really after that pitching, the offense has been able to back up Von Canel or Jay Peters or really anyone they've thrown out there.
They're a pesky hitting team. They don't get themselves out very much. They work the count, as you're seeing right now. 1-2 count, another foul ball with Gilbert Casio. They battle, and that was a handful of times that we faced them. That they're a hard team to pitch to because they don't give into an at bat. They make you have to work, and make your pitcher have to work, and they make your defense have to stay alert throughout the at bat. So that's something that they do. They're a very pesky group. They make you work out there.
After a 1-2-3 inning, they're making James Wood work here.
Just another example, patience in the box, making sure that you're not expanding the zone too much, where you're allowing the pitcher to expand his zone and attack you in different ways. He's making them come up to you right now.
James Williams trying to finish off Gilbert Casio. 2-2 pitch. Driven into left field. That's a base hit. It's going to be runners on first and second for JoJo Biles.
That's just great hitting right there. Again, you battle, you foul off a few pitches, you get a pitch in the inner half of the plate, and you be able to get your hands in and turn it into the 6.5 hole there. That's a great job of hitting right there by Gilbert Casio.
And is it an approach that some of the players just have, or how much of that is instilled into the team, being able to fight off every pitch and while not just swinging at everything, hoping just to make some contact, as JoJo Biles steps in and takes ball 1?
No, that's baseball IQ. That's baseball IQ, learning what you're trying to do, have an approach. If you're having runners on base, you have to find something that you're going to be able to move a runner over. With 2 strikes, you're expanding your zone and just trying to find a hole there. And Gilbert kept on doing that. He expanded the zone to where he can cover the plate, foul off outside. Once he got that inside pitch, it was routine, get your hands in. So it's an approach that you have to have as the count goes throughout the at-bat. You're expanding and looking for something a little bit more, and he was able to do that right there.
2-0 now to JoJo Biles. It's 3-0, ball upstairs. And whether or not it's, again, being able to maintain that approach, how difficult is it when at times you see a pitcher who walks him on 4 pitches right there? You see a pitcher, sometimes the control gets away. And have you ever had the guys who are almost hesitant to be the one to give him the first strike? You know he's not finding him or not finding the zone. You know it's been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight pitches that are either outside or haven't got the calls. Nothing's going right. How do you stop your lineup from being able to give him something?
Well, it's being patient now. At this point, again, he had an at-bat where he threw some strikes, was fouled off, kind of lost it, and gave the pitch to give a base hit. Now he's trying to do too much. As a hitter, you can see when a pitcher's trying to find something a little bit different, that way you can put a batter away. He's now looking to see where it is. So you're being patient here. You're looking for your pitch, and still right now we're seeing he's struggling with his mechanics to throw something that can either throw for a strike, but also throw it by a hitter to make him swing and miss. That fouling off by a hitter, it gets in your mind as a pitcher. So as a batting lineup, as a hitter, you're saying he's got to come to me. He has to throw me a strike, and he has to do it again consistently to make sure that he can be more competitive in the at-bat.
1-1 now after the called strike to Kirk Felican. Number 7 hitter for the A's today. 1-1 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner. Good pitch right there.
And Kirk's been another pesky hitter, a 290 hitter. He's 476 on base percentage. He's been able to battle, be a good bottom of the order type of hitter for the A's.
1-2 pitch. Up too high. It's ball 2. And you mentioned that. A lot of pesky guys. Throughout the PSCL, it seems like every team has a couple of hitters who have just been lighting the world on fire, but the teams that have been able to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys who just don't give up at bats as Kirk Filliken swings right through a fastball there. It's the first out of the inning.
Well, that's what you need to have. It's balanced throughout the lineup. Yeah, you're going to have your big hitters, obviously being the 3, 4, 5 spots, but the teams that win, whether it's here in the PSCL or throughout the country at different levels, your 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters have to be able to do the job too. They have to be able to get on base. They may not be the 300-plus hitting group or the 450 to 500 slugging percentage, but they have to be the guys that can get 275, 280, 290 hitters and be able to put base hits and score runs, especially in this situation with bases loaded right now. You have to trust that 8, 9 hitters now to be able to do their job.
Scoreless ball game here in Palm Springs, top of the second inning. Curtis Lindsey ahead 1-0 against James Williams. Now it's 1-1 after a good breaking ball right in the zone.
So here for Curtis, he's got to look for something to put in the air. With 1 out, ball in the outfield, you get at least 1 run right now. With these 2 teams being the 2 teams that are the most competitive in this league, you got to at least jump on early. So for the A's, this is a big situation with Curtis up to bat. Trying to put something in the air to at least get a sac fly, move the runners over.
Back-to-back curveballs. Get him behind 1-2 now. First time this inning, it seems like James Williams has found it. Still 1-2 after another foul ball.
And that's a good pitch there. Fastball, you're working a little bit different here when you're ahead in the count. You kind of throw him off beat right now with a fastball. He was a little bit on it, but you're setting up that pitch now. So you're trying to throw a fastball to at least set up a breaking ball here later on in the at-bat.
And for a guy who hasn't been too precise this inning, it looks like he dialed it up a little bit there. 87 and takes it down to 77 there for back-to-back Ks. Breaking ball at the bottom of the zone fooled Lindsey.
And there was that curveball there. So you use that fastball as a 1-2 count. You saw that he was on it, but at the same time that you're using that as a setup. You're throwing it a little bit off the plate, make him have to chase it, expand that zone, and that breaking ball has a little bit more room to play with.
Carson Krell trying to help out his battery mate Von Canel. 9-hole hitter for the A's here. 2 outs, bases loaded. Ball just outside. And how important is it to get a run here? How much of a momentum change could it be if James Williams gets out of this inning?
Oh, this is huge for the Lumberjacks. If they can come away with bases loaded and you had no outs in this situation, you get no runs put on the board for the A's. This is a huge boost for the Lumberjacks moving into the bottom of the second.
2-0 now. Carson Krell looking to break things open here in the second.
That's a great
check
pitch there.
Swing. Breaking ball, bottom of the zone.
So we saw he struggled a little bit here with his location, got the bases loaded, but he settled down right now. That's a couple strikeouts really have put him in a better position. Now he can go back and attack still.
Trying to attack here, 2-1. Curveball again, just high. It's 3-1 now. And is there any stress on trying to be too fine here, trying to not throw a ball?
Yeah, there is, because again, you don't want to walk the run in here for a pitcher. You want them to earn it, and being able to have this situation where you're behind in the account, you're going to have to be a little bit more fine. That zone shrinks in your mind as a pitcher. So instead of 17 inches of the plate, you're playing with 14 inches basically on that, because you don't want to miss too much and let them have a run here.
Well, they're 1 pitch away from having a run, or Williams is 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Full count, bases loaded. Carson Krell takes time, still scoreless here in Palm Springs.
I think this is a situation where for Williams that he comes with a curveball again. I think he's kind of found that curveball where he wants to put him away. I think this is a chance where you go off the plate here again and make him chase it.
Runners will go. There they go. 3-2 pitch outside and walks a run in.
And there's that stress right there you mentioned about in that, and not trying to be not trying to miss too much, or not trying to be perfect. He pulled that pitch way into the left-hander's batter's box, just trying too hard with his mechanics, and that was a forced pitch there that I think has just got away from him.
And you came up as an infielder, and we've seen whether it's the catcher or even third base, first base. Would you ever consider just having a quick meeting on the mound here?
Not right now, I think. I'll let him work it out of here. I think it's a little too early for that situation, at least to get in his head right now. I think these guys at this level, they know how to be able to work through their stuff. They know how to be able to pitch through adversity. So I think at this moment, if he continues to be a little bit more on the zone, yes, I think the catcher or somebody needs to come out and talk to him just to settle him back down. But I think it's a little too early. Let him work his way out of it. He's good enough to be able to do that.
Connor Hoyt steps in with the bases loaded, and he's ahead 2-0. And do you think it's the back-to-back strikeouts buys him some time?
Yes, absolutely. And because you know it was there. That mentality of still being able to find the zone and put hitters away, it's there. So he's just got to be able to work through it right now.
Connor Hoyt ahead 2-0. Good changeup on the corner there. It's 2-1.
So the catcher's job right now, he's got to find what's comfortable for Williams at the moment. He's still kind of a little bit all over the place with certain of his pitches. You as a catcher, if you're calling the pitches, which all these catchers are, these guys are smart catchers out here that I've kind of watched and paid attention. You have to find what's comfortable for your pitcher and be able to find a way to pattern that around that pitch that makes him more comfortable to go after the hitter here.
Cam Desjournets has done a fantastic job behind the backstop all season. It's a full count again, and whether it's been with the bat, with the glove, he's done everything that Sam DiMatteo and the Lumberjacks have asked of him.
So a lot of this at bat has been outside pitches. And I'm not sure if that's just more of a little bit of a fear about Williams not to go after him here. I think it's something inside pitch. He's got to go after the hitter here.
39th pitch of the inning, full count. Liner to short, throw down to first. Gets out of the inning in time. Just one run allowed. A good job by James William fighting the traffic. We'll be back for the bottom of the second here in the PSCL.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back. Bottom of the second here in the PSCL. It's 1-0 now. A's take the lead last inning after James Williams walks a run in. Binion Gebhardt leading things off against Peyton Von Canel here. Von Canel worked around a double in the first inning, and first pitch is outside for a ball. And Jonathan, yesterday, again, we can all face it that you guys weren't the betting favorites to win the PSCL, but you guys knew what you had. You knew you were able to put up a fight. You you had the Colonials on the ropes for the whole game. What's going through your head as you guys put up crooked number after crooked number to start the game?
It was about offense. The first thing for us was we had to get the bats going. That was something that we struggled a lot throughout the summer was our hitting. We pitched really well throughout the summer. We played better defense as the summer went around. We had to get the bats. We had a strategy going into the game as far as we knew who we were going to be facing, the Colonials were going to throw. And as we got going, the bats kept on swinging really well. As the game went on, it was about maintaining. We counting outs. As a coach, you have to count outs. How many outs do we have left? How many more do we have to be able to get through to get this inning out, get this game over with? And that was the strategy. And we were as we kept on going, the pitching kind of started a little bit tiring on us. It was a struggle, and that was something that we've dealt with all summer. We had moments of struggles where we just could not finish ball games. If we, talk about half the games of this summer that we could have gotten a chance to finish out. Our record would have been a whole lot better. We probably had been better seeded. But that's baseball. That's how the game plays. It doesn't always roll your way in the dice.
2-2 now to Gebhardt. Here's the pitch from Von Canel. It's downstairs for ball 3, and one guy who didn't struggle, though, the pitching, too. Joe Thorne managed to work through 5 gritty innings, put you guys in a position to win, and he had 5 hits at the plate.
Joe's been fantastic all summer for us. He was our big horse on the mound. It was a little bit of a different for him because he got to, he was being a hitter and a pitcher. A little bit different rules that we kind of got, a little bit, slipped up on. As far as pitchers being have to run bases, and that kind of tired him out a little bit more because we normally get him about 5, 6, 7 innings through a ball game as the summer went on. So he got a little winded, but man, he was a horse. He was our horse throughout the year. We kept on putting him out there, and he performed really, really well for us yesterday, including the bat was just hot yesterday too.
Full count now to Gebhardt. Here's the pitch. Got under that, lifted above shortstop. Bubba Thompson settling under that, and it's a first out for the A's.
That's a great job there by Peyton. Again, you kind of put yourself in a situation, a 3-2 count, but you're still attacking. That's something that I've watched this summer from Peyton. He is an attacking pitcher. He knows to move the ball both sides of the plate, make it move around, and kind of get in the hands of the hitter, and that's what he did to Gebhardt just there.
It feels like he doesn't get behind on a whole lot of batters. He's able to, even if he starts off with a first pitch ball, he's been able to pound the zone and stay around it enough to get the chase, to get himself back into at-bats.
Well, there's no panic. There's no panic in his mechanics. So right there, again, you miss in off the plate there. He understands how to make an adjustment to his mechanics. That's something that, again, as you get older in this game, as you get higher up at this level of college baseball, you have to understand pitch by pitch how to adjust your mechanics.
1-0 now. Just on the outside corner, catches it for a strike. It's 1-1 to Noah Gutierrez.
And like I said, there's the example. He missed on the inside part of the plate, comes back and hits the outside corner with the fastball.
Noah Gutierrez, the DH today, hitting .429 for the Lumberjacks. He's ahead 2-1. One out here in the second inning. Lumberjacks behind 1-0 here in Palm Springs. Peyton Von Canel, the all-star for the A's, on the mound against Noah Gutierrez. It's 2-1. 3-1 now as that one's just outside. Gets past Krell, and Von Canel in danger of his first walk of the day.
And I think right now he needs to continue focusing on the fastball. I know there's a breaking ball right there in the dirt. He's been kind of able to locate that fastball pretty well. I think he needs to go back and just trust that fastball to put him away right here.
3-1 pitch. Downstairs, ball 4. First walk of the day for the Lumberjacks.
It looked like a changeup on that one, right?
Yeah, he throws a fastball, or two-seam changeup, slider, and curveball. Is there any sort of hesitance to throw that two-seam with how it might move depending on the pitcher?
It can be. Again, if you're a little bit struggling on the location with that movement, it can be some hesitancy on that. And that's just something you have to be able to feel, especially with a ball that does move as much as the two-seam does, and especially as Peyton's does. You have to have that feel for it.
Cam DeJournay takes strike 1 down the middle. Good curveball there. Right down Broadway, had him froze. It's 0-1 now with Gutierrez on first. 1-1. That one's just outside.
And there does seem to be some hesitancy with that fastball right now. There's back-to-back breaking balls there through the 3-2 changeup previously. So there seems to be a little bit of hesitancy on the strategy of what they're trying to do with that fastball or pitching off that fastball right now.
1-1 pitch. Curveball just above the zone. Is there any point that, as a coach, again, the catchers are primarily calling these games to an extent, is there any point where you kind of just take over and you see something you want to try and instill confidence in a pitch or try and sneak away from something?
Not necessarily take over. You're trying to put it in their ear, the catcher's ear, saying, hey, what are you thinking? What are you looking for? What is it that you're seeing that's making you have to call this? Or is it maybe that the pitcher is more comfortable with those pitches? But you have to be in their ear, even at this level. You let them learn how to call pitches. Let these catchers learn how to call pitches. But at the same time, us coaches, we have to be still in their ear and put some insight what we see. They see it on the field. They see what he's doing in front of him. But we as coaches, we still see the whole thing, and we still understand a little bit more. So we have to be in their ear to educate these guys as much as possible.
1 out, 2 on here. First jam of the day for Peyton Von Canel. Caden Stillwell stepping up to the plate. Single by Cam Desjournay. Walk by Noah Gutierrez. Stillwell watches the first pitch. Down for ball 1.
So it kind of seems like it's been 6 straight pitches. He's not throwing that fastball right now. So there has to be something that they're feeling or realizing that it's not there for Peyton right now.
He's been leaning on that curveball and changeup a lot. Has not thrown a slider a ton. 1-0 pitch catches the zone in. It's an inning that would be huge for Von Canel if he could get through this fairly quickly. Last time out, James Williams threw over 40 pitches and allowed the first run of the game. 1-1 pitch. Right on the bottom of the zone. Good curveball there. 1-2 Von Canel chasing a strikeout, trying to get 1 out closer or a double play here. Runners going. Ball gets away from Krell. They'll both move ahead 90 feet. A little bit of hesitancy in the double steal plan there, and once it got past Krell, almost walked to each base.
Yeah, but it kind of seemed like it worked in their favor. It just kind of threw off a lot of the timing, but not just by Peyton, but also by the catcher behind the plate. They kind of, he was moving a little bit more on his feet instead of the ball breaking away from him and keeping that ball in front. So kind of the double steal, fake double steal, kind of played in the favor for the Lumberjacks.
2-2 now to Caden Stillwell. Driven to short, picked up by Bubba Thompson. He's going to tag him there, and that's the only out he'll get. Good job by Thompson, able to get Cam Desjournay in between second and third, but no one else. It's runners on the corners with 2 outs.
And that's tough. That's something you cannot have happen in the situation. Second and third, 1 out. You as a runner there, if the infield's playing in, which they were, you as a runner at second base, you have to stay on the left side of the shortstop there. That way, your secondary, you're still in range to get back to the bag. But he overcommitted and was onto the right side of Thompson, and that allowed him to not only just field the ball, but see and recognize where he was at and be able to turn and get the tag out there.
And when you're in that position, you don't have a chance to get the out at third. He's kind of just waiting to see what you do. If you wait too long to go to the bag, you can't get anyone at second. I mean, just being able to get a out there, much less the out in scoring position, how big is that?
That's huge because now if a base hit here with 2 outs, you only get 1 run. It's a tie ball game with a runner on first as well. So in a situation with 2 outs with both runners in second and third, a base hit can score 2. So you keep it within range that you either the worst case scenario in this inning is it's a tie ball game. So that was a huge play by the A's and a big blunder by the Lumberjacks.
9-hole hitter for the Lumberjacks coming up. It's Cam Tarling with runners on the corners. First pitch inside for ball 1. Noah Gutierrez on third base. Caden Stillwell on first after the fielder's choice.
And for a 9-hole hitter, it's Tarling batting .293. He's got 9 RBIs, so he's had a lot of situations where he's able to bring in some runs here.
He's ahead 2-0 now against Von Canel, and Von Canel on the year again, has been not untouchable, but fantastic. He only walked 16 in his starts this year. It's 3-0 now. In danger of another one, 16 and 24 in a third. He was able to strike out 27 in that span.
And the worst thing for Von Cano right now is to walk the 9-hole hitter and be able to get to the top of the order back up for the Lumberjacks.
They've been able to lean on him all year. They've been able to watch him get in and out of jams, and he has walked the bases loaded for the leadoff man, Joe Jimenez.
So we're kind of seeing both pitchers, in this second inning, they've struggled to be able to locate. And for Von Cano right now, the fastball has not been existent. It's been a lot of the off-speed pitches for him, which is a little bit, for me as a coach, I'm a little perplexed because you have the bottom of the order. You want to attack the bottom of the order here. You want to challenge them with a fastball and be able to throw off that off-speed pitch. They've done the opposite. They've gone more off-speed and change-ups and stayed away from the fastball here. Now it put them in a position where they're behind the 8 ball with the bases loaded, and you have the top of the order up.
First pitch to Joe Jimenez in the dirt. It's bases loaded, 1-0 ball game. Jack's trying to put something on the board. It's 2-0 against Joe Jimenez. Both pitchers working through a difficult second inning. Von Cano trying to work a magic act, trying to put up another 0. 2-0 pitch with 2 outs. Gets away from Krell, and a run will score. Runners move up 90 feet. It's a tie ball game. Noah Gutierrez comes in from third. Caden Stillwell from second to third. And Cam Tarling on second now.
And that's just tough there. There's really nothing you as a catcher can do. Ball spiked in the plate. You have to try to body up as much as you can and squirt it away from him and be able to get a run scored. And this is where you asked about when's the right time to call a time to settle down. I think this is a situation, even with 2 outs here, that someone needs to go and settle him down settle Von Cano down because he's all over the place at the moment.
He has not been able to find it this inning, and it's been almost exclusively breaking balls. Has not had the fastball and needed that fielder's choice and some base running plunders to be able to get the outs. He has walked the bases full again. 2 outs here in the second inning, and Carson Krell's going to go take some time. And what are you saying if you're an infielder or if you're Carson Krell here talking to Von Cano?
You're just slowing him down right now. You're slowing the tempo down. You're trying to make sure you remind him your mechanics have to be consistent. And it seems like right now the mechanics have been a little bit all over the place because he's not able to find the zone with his breaking pitches, his off-speed pitches. You have to be able to control yourself and control your emotions to be able to go find and control your pitches to find that zone right now. So everything right now, the conversation is slow down, take a deep breath, relax. Even despite the situation we're in right now, despite the adversity that you're in, that you put yourself in as a pitcher, you have to be able to slow back down. You just saw your defense made a great play for you. Feed them another ground ball. Get them out of it. Let them work. And this is a good fielding team. The A's have been all summer. Let them make a play for you here. You don't have to strike out the batter. You got 2 outs. Put a ball in play. Let your defense work, and you get in the dugout. You get the rest for a little bit.
He needs to get his defense to work here. Needs to give them an opportunity. Needs to find the strike zone against Nick Eli right now, who grounded out to second in the first inning. Eli, who spent time between the power and PSCL, can fly around the bases. Anything in the gap can score 2, maybe 3, especially with Jimenez at first. First pitch to Eli, inside, ball 1.
And Eli is you're talking about pesky hitters that the A's have. He's a pesky hitter for the Lumberjacks. He's a 308 hitter. He only has struck out twice all summer. So this is someone who he does put the ball in play quite a bit.
Nick Eli has been great for the Lumberjacks all year and has been in the middle of that lineup. And it's because of the speed. It's because of that bat. It's because of his ability to just put the ball in play and make things happen. Trying to do it right here. 1-1 now. Pitch from Von Cano. Grounded to third, gloved by Wood, throw down to first, in time to get him. Peyton Von Canel gets bailed out and gets out of the inning with just 1 run. We'll go to the top of the 3rd here in Palm Springs.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
So welcome you guys back here to Palm Springs Stadium. Jayce Cicinelli here alongside with Jonathan Grishman. It's the first pitch to Bubba Thompson. Misses low and away for ball 1. A's and Jacks here. Winner of this will advance to the semifinals and will play the Rush tomorrow. Next delivery, good hard slider and a ball to strike. Thompson 0 for 1, struck out looking in his first plate appearance. Here's the 1-1. Williams kicks and fires. Spikes a fastball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
So this is a big inning for Williams here. After a long first, second inning and trying to work your way out of it, you have to have a quick inning here. Your offense got you a run back. It's now basically it's 1-1, so you're treating it as a 0-0 ball game. Fresh start here. You have to have a quick inning and be able to go, especially in the heart of the order if you're facing with the A's.
Yeah, heart of the order is right. Bubba Thompson, James Wood, and Christian Ramos due up here in the inning in the top half of the 3rd. 2-2 count. And Thompson gets a piece but fouls it off around the plate area. We'll do it again at 2-2.
And that's a great pitch. Again, you're 2 strikes. You're trying to make him have to expand his zone. You threw it a little bit lower here, seeing if he's going to chase that pitch. Thompson was able to foul it off, but you as a pitcher, it reminds you, hey, he's going to expand that zone for me. So even with the ball, I have a ball to play, I can expand that zone, pitcher put a ball off the plate and see if he's going to chase it here.
So another 2-2 count offering. Slider dives outside, and the count runs full.
You just got to be make it a little bit more competitive than that one, though.
Bubba Thompson, one of the best hitters in the PSCL. 20 hits on this season, .351 batting average. Full count offering. Williams out of the windup and delivers and hits him on the 3-2 count. Doesn't matter. Ball 4 anyways, and a leadoff base runner for the A's. So I'll send up James Wood. James Wood 0 for 1 with a ground out back to the pitcher in the first inning. 3-hitter for the A's here this afternoon. First pitch, catches the outside corner, no balls and a strike. So far, A's 1 run on 1 hit, Jacks 1 run on 2 hits. 3 hits combined here just through 2 innings. Williams out of the stretch, checks the runner, and delivers. And fastball just misses outside. Not a bad spot, and 1 ball, 1 strike.
So you're kind of saying Williams, he had to change up the start at the at-bat with a strike. He threw a fastball here, so he's trying to find a different pattern what he did last time with the first time through the order. He's going to try to mix and match. He's going to all-speed, fastball. Let's see if he goes with all-speed here.
And right on cue he does, but that one just misses around the letters. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That was a great pitch there. That was a great pitch there. It's a great idea. Again, so you threw the curveball, you threw a changeup, fastball, you threw a curveball just now. You're trying to, again, find a different way of throwing a pattern to throw off the hitter here.
So 2-1 count here to Wood. Delivers, blows the fastball by him, and the count runs even to 2-2.
So I talked about, you have it as a pitcher. Every pitcher has a pattern. It's what I always tell my hitters at some point. Our job is to find out what pattern it is. And the pitcher is going to change the pattern based off the hitter. So we've seen off-speed fastball. There's your pattern. So at some point as a hitter, you have to realize, is he going to break the pattern? Is he going to follow the pattern?
2-2 count out of the stretch. And fastball misses well outside and goes to the backstop. A wild pitch. And it will send Bubba Thompson in scoring position with still no one out here in the top of the 3rd.
And that was actually a changeup, 73 miles an hour changeup. He just pulled it. He pulled that one across his body. He got through into the left-handed batter's box, got by the catcher there. So, so as I say, he's following the pattern now. So as the 3-2 count, as a hitter, if you realize there's a pattern, you're looking for that fastball here with a 3-2 count.
Full count offering. 3-2 to Wood. And he fouls this one off to the right side and into the seats. See if Wood here could try and hit one to the right side. The least he can do and try and get that runner to 3rd. Williams been working outside a lot here in this at-bat. Looks like catcher setting outside again. The 3-2 and misses outside for ball 4.
And so he followed that pattern. It was all-speed fastball, all-speed fastball, all-speed fastball. He threw an all-speed pitch again there, just be able to pull that pitch off the plate again. So those signals as a hitter, if you see that he is coming across the body, he's pulling off on that changeup, he's pulling off on that slider, you're almost eliminating that pitch altogether because it's not going to be a competitive pitch.
And we saw Williams with 3 walks last inning, 2 so far to open up this inning, and a good mound visit here for manager Sam DiMatteo to try and calm things down here with his ace starting pitcher here tonight, or here today.
I think this is a good mound visit by Coach DiMatteo because again you saw him struggle in the second inning. You're trying to avoid that same thing happening again. You don't want adversity here because his pitch count's already pretty high up right now. You're trying to slow him down and make sure that we can get a little bit more control out of him. Same thing we just talked about last inning for the A's when they for Von Canale. Let your defense work. You don't have to be able to blow the ball by these guys, especially in the playoff baseball. Your defense has to be active. Let them be active here. Let them get something to do here.
So 1st and 2nd, no outs for the ever-dangerous Christian Ramos. What a season he's had for the A's. The RBI leader on the A's by a pretty large margin with 20. 21 hits out of 63 at-bats, a .333 batting average, a couple big flies as well. And he takes low in the dirt for ball 1, and that won't go to the backstop as well. Both runners now in scoring position here for the A's. Williams has run into some trouble here in a tight 1-1 ball game here in top of the 3rd. Dangerous Ramos, 1-0 count, and he fouls that off to the left side.
And dangerous is the right word to describe Ramos here. He's been one of the big hitter throughout the summer for the A's. He's someone that you have to be very careful, especially with 2 runners on base in scoring position. You have to be very careful if you're Williams.
Williams going to work out of the windup here. Runners in 2nd and 3rd, no one out. The 1-1, and he misses low and away. Another breaking pitch there. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 with the high leg kick. Delivers. Ramos pulls this down the right field line. Fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 run score. Going to 2nd is Ramos. The throw is not in time. A 2 RBI double for Christian Ramos. And so far the biggest hit of the game.
And that's just great hitting because, again, you're ahead in the count. You don't have to do too much. A base hit will score 2 runs in that situation. You put a ball down the line. You find a hole to be able to drive in. And that's exactly what Ramos does here and takes advantage of that. So that's a great job of hitting there.
Great job indeed for Ramos. Puts the ball club and the A's on top 3-1. And now it sends up Gilbert Casio. Casio 1 for 1, singled in his first at bat. And he puts it on the ground to the left side. That's going to get through into left for a base hit. Ramos will hold it third. Runners on the corners, and the first 4 hitters have reached on base safely. Looks like that will be all here from James Williams. A pitching change on here at Palm Springs Stadium. We will be right back here on the PSCL Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound here for the Lumberjacks. Going to be the right-hander Johnny Young, who's going to come in here in a tough situation so far. So no one out. Ramos at third, Casio at first, and 2 runs home so far for the A's here in this inning.
So basically, as I described it with the A's, like I said, this is a pesky hitting team. You're not going to get them to chase and strike out very much. They're going to find a way to put the ball in play. So far in this inning, in the third, they've been able to do that. They've been able to find a couple of holes, put some pressure on the Lumberjacks, get some runs across the board.
Johnny Alley this summer, 23 1/3 innings pitched, a 3-1 record. It's allowed 13 earned runs, but 27 punch-outs. First pitch, and misses upstairs 1-0. First one there at 80 here for Johnny Young. Here's the 1-0. And that one misses upstairs as well, 2-0. And 2 pretty good pitches so far to start the at-bat for Johnny Young, but just unable to get the call early on.
And that's the tough thing. Is relief pitcher, you come in, you're trying to figure out the zone and be able to play around with it to make sure you understand what your umpire's looking for. And you throw, like I said, a couple good pitches there that weren't called, so now you have to figure out a little bit more. You have to think about and dial it in a little bit more as you go.
He's able to drop the slider in there. Out of the stretch, a 2-1 count. And that one misses upstairs, 3-1 to JoJo Biles. Biles walked in his first plate appearance. Hitters count to Biles. Big lead over there for Casio. Doesn't go the 3-1, and that one misses below the knees for ball 4. And the bases are juiced with still no outs, and the first 5 hitters now have reached for the A's.
And now you really put yourself in a tough situation. No outs, or you just gave up 2 runs so far. You got bases loaded here. You're trying to, again, same thing Fredo said about Alley. You're having to find the zone. And right now you're struggling to see what the umpire behind the plate is wanting. So you're almost having to be too fine, too perfect here to at least, and that makes it very dangerous with a team like they can hit like the A's. They can put a ball in the gap here and really unload this game.
Yeah, 2 runs home in the inning, and this is really just a dangerous situation for the Lumberjacks. Bases loaded, still no outs. Here for Kirk Felikian, who takes a strike right down Broadway at 81.
And that's a good pitch there, good start. But again, you don't want to miss. You don't want to put one down the middle too much in this at bat here.
He's able to get ahead here. Trying to keep the ball in the infield and the ground ball. Trying to get the force at home and pumps another fastball in there and quickly 0-2.
And that's a great spot. So you 0-1, the first pitch, you put one down the mound, you get a get me over fastball. The second one, you hit it on that outside corner. It's a great job there by Alley.
0-2 count to Felikian. The 0-2, and Johnny misses upstairs 1-2. Try to get him to chase, expand there on an 0-2 count. Had a waste pitch. Kirk 0 for 1, struck out. Johnny Young needs one here. Corners are in. The 1-2 delivery. Goes to the slider. Got him looking for strike 3.
That's a great pitch. As you said, you had to get a waste of a pitch. You throw one high fastball. You change the eye level. You drop in that slider right on the inner half of the plate. That's a great job. Great sequence there by Alley.
So that's a big out number 1, as you mentioned, Jonathan. That will bring up Curtis Lindsey, left fielder for the A's, who also struck out Swin in his first at-bat. 8-hitter for the A's. First pitch, and a slider just missing the outside. 1-0.
Now, I don't mind that. I don't mind that slider there, first pitch. Again, you're at the bottom part of the order. You want to change up the pattern a little bit and see if you can see if you can make him expand the zone. He did that in his first at-bat. You were able to get him to chase a bit. I don't mind that pitch right there.
1-0, Young delivers, and another slider. This is a high sky pop-up in the infield. Calling for it is the first baseman for the Lumberjacks, and he'll put it away. Drew Perry for out number 2. So after coming in with runners on the corners, walks the first guy and gets big back-to-back outs, and Kirk Felikian with a strikeout, and Lindsey with an infield pop-up to keep the runners where they're at. So 2 outs, bases still loaded for Carson Krell, the catcher for the A's. A walk and an RBI, and he takes a strike.
So now you're saying Alley's gotten a little bit of a rhythm now. He's settled back in. He's been able to get some strikes here, able to get a batter to chase. He's settled down. He's settled into his rhythm right there.
0-1 count to Krell. Takes upstairs 1-1. Another pretty good pitch there, right around the corner. Not a bad spot there for Johnny Young. He's done a good job so far, coming in, pumping strikes. Still out of the stretch. The 1-1. Slider on the outside corner for strike 2.
And you said that the 0-1 pitch, good pitch, a little bit high in the zone, but he's kind of paired off. So again, every pitcher has a pattern. That's what I said. He throws a high fastball. He always follows it with that slider. It's a great pairing right there.
Johnny Young, fastball, sinker, slider, changeup, as the next one is fouled back to the screen. But so far, we've really just seen the fastball slider combo, but it's been working so far. Another 1-2 count pitch coming up. See if he goes back to that slider. Setting outside is the catcher. The 1-2. And this one is driven out to right center field, but running on is Jimenez, and now calling him off, and making the grab is Johnny Alley. What a job for Johnny Young. Comes in, gets the job done, keeps the score where it's at, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. A's do get 2, however, and they lead the Lumberjacks 3-1. Bottom of the third here from Palm Springs Stadium. A's leading the Jacks 3-1. The Jacks with the meat of the order, the 3-4-5. Johnny Alley, Drew Perry, and Binyeb Gebhard trying to figure out Peyton Von Canel. Has done a great job so far. It's allowed just 1 run in 2 innings of work. Alley 1 for 1, a double in his first at bat. A one-hopper off the right field wall. Takes the strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, Alley's been very impressive this summer. Again, I got to see him and coach him during the All-Star game. He had a couple good shots in that game there that really was impressive.
0-1, a breaking ball. This is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So kind of the same approach that the A's had with the Lumberjacks in their pitching. I think the Jacks have to be patient here. Let Von Canel throw you a strike that you can do something with. Don't try to expand the zone to help him out here.
1-1, and he takes high and away, 2-1. One thing to note, talking about it with him earlier today, announcing his commitment to Cal State Northridge yesterday. Congrats to him and his future in baseball. Next delivery, that one misses low and in, 3-1.
And that's what this is about. That's the beautiful thing that I enjoyed being out here, is seeing these guys who, they're looking for another schools, they're looking for their future. Where do they want to play at? They want to extend their career another couple of years. So that's a lot of fun when you hear good things about guys that get to have the opportunity.
3-1, and he rolls one to second, and that's going to be an error. Off the glove, took a weird hop. Alley's going to take advantage, speed to second, and he's going to get there. The second baseman for the A's, that was Gilbert Casio. Fielding that ball, it took a bad hop on him, but still an E4 to open up the inning.
And we've seen that this summer. This field, it's a very fast track. You can't play a little bit of a slower pace. If you were at a field out in the middle of the country where it's a little bit thicker grass, it's very thin, fast track. So if you play a little bit nonchalant on that, it's going to eat you up there. You have to be a little bit more of attacking as a fielder there, or sit back, let the ball bounce to you. But in that situation, he kind of took a little bit of a slower pace. It skipped and ate him up right there.
So leadoff runner in scoring position for the Jacks, trying to answer back, trailing by 2 for Drew Perry. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. He takes low and in, 1-0.
And so for Von Canel, you have to refocus. You have to make sure you stay within your game plan. You can't let that affect you there. You did your job. You got your ground ball. You have to continue to build to do your job more.
Here's the 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner, a ball and a strike. And what makes this Lumberjacks team very dangerous is we've seen it. We saw the A's and Lumberjacks actually play on opening day and won a game with only 1 hit on the board, but 8 runs. And Perry shoots this one to right down the line. Oh, just foul. That had extra bases written all over it, and definitely an RBI as well, but we'll do it again.
And that's a great idea. It's a great idea by Perry to go oppo there again. Put something on the right side. If you get to the fall with Alley's speed, that is going to be a run scored there. So I think he's going to continue even with behind the count 1-2, looking for something up the middle to the opposite side to at least worst case scenario move the runner over to third base for you.
So 1-2 count here against a very patient Lumberjack squad. As far as working at bats, trying to make Peyton Von Canel work here this inning. A's lead the Jacks here 3-1. If you guys are just joining us here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-2 count to Perry. And he lifts one out to center field, coming in and making the grab for route number 1. Good play there from Connor Hoyt from his center field position, getting a good read and coming in on it for the first out.
That's just a great job by Von Canel. Again, you're putting pressure on the hitter. You're attacking that inside pitch. You have to establish that inside pitch a little bit more with this group, especially if you're going to mix and match both sides of the plate. You cannot live on just one side there, especially with a good hitting team like the Lumberjacks. You have to work their hands inside and try to jam them.
So 1 out for the two-way player, Binyeb Gebhard, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout. And he's first pitch swinging aggressively, but fouls that off to the left side. Gebhard's had a phenomenal summer, both on the mound, he's made 4 appearances, and at the plate. Another all-star on this Lumberjacks team. Here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss. Went fishing on the off speed and then quickly down 0-2.
And that's just a great job there. Again, you make the zone expand. You went with the hard fastball on the first pitch. You throw him off a little bit with a breaking ball into the dirt. You make him expand that zone.
Here's the 0-2. Goes back to the slider. Doubles up for the strikeout. Out number 2 in the inning for Peyton Von Canel. So 2 outs, Johnny Alley still in scoring position at second base for Noah Gutierrez. 0 for 1 with a walk, and later scored so far the only run for the Jacks.
And this would be a big out to get right here for Von Canel, especially with the momentum that you just got offensively, getting the 2 runs across the board. You're able to go through the heart of the order for the Jacks and give up no runs here. It's a huge boost for the A's.
First pitch, and there goes the runner, Alley. The pitch is called to strike. The throw down to third. Not in time. A bang play over there at third. The third baseman for the A's thought it was an out, but a stolen base for Johnny Alley.
And that's a gamble. That was a huge gamble by Johnny Alley there. Again, with the risk of getting that third out at third base, which is a cardinal sin in baseball. You do never want to be the third out there. You take that risk. That's a huge gamble. It paid off so far.
Johnny Alley now his 3rd stolen base on this season. Next one, a breaking pitch dives low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Gutierrez. Two outs, runner at third. Von Canel trying to get a big out here, keep the game where it's at 3-1. Out of the stretch, delivers the 1-1. Misses upstairs on the fastball, 2-1.
So head 2-1 count. If you're Gutierrez, you're looking for the fastball here. You know that he's been mixing and matching that slider, and it's been really good this inning so far. So you're almost looking for that fastball here. If he throws you a slider, you have a chance to at least lay it off a bit.
Next one, that misses up and in.
And there was that fastball there, just wasn't out of the zone a little bit.
And now a 3-1 count. Here to Noah Gutierrez. Some say the best count to be in as a hitter. 90% of the time, you know the fastball's coming.
Well, sure is the most fun count you get to be as a hitter.
Is the next one, just catches the knees, and the count now runs full to 3-2. Good pitch there from Von Canel. Able to locate that 3-1 count pitch well, and now is a full count offering coming up. Here's the 3-2, and he misses outside for ball 4. Good stop as well from Krellback there.
And that seemed to be the strategy for Gutierrez. Again, you're eliminating the slider. You're looking for that fastball. You know it's not going to beat you right now. So, again, you take that slider out of the equation. You make him have to pitch to you. He threw a 3-2 slider there. That was in the dirt. You lay off it. You're on first base now.
So runners on the corners and a mound visit here from the A's manager, Jimmy Johnson. Big spot, big situation, and he recognizes that. Cameron DeJournay, the catcher for the Jacks, is due up next.
And kind of like the same conversation you had in the last inning with Von Canel is you're trying to settle him down. Again, you see he's pulling his pitches again. His mechanics are slipping a little bit, so you're having to remind him, stay within your mechanics. Let your defense do the work. They did do the same thing. They did you a favor last inning, getting you out of the inning. Do it again now. Don't have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect pitching in this situation here. You go make a pitch. You let your mechanics do the work and let your defense make a play behind you.
So far for the A's, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. For the Jacks, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. A lot of walks for both pitching staffs, however, in this ball game. And it has gotten the A's the lead. 3-1. Jacks have runners on the corners, 2 outs. Number 7 hitter, Cameron DeJournay, the catcher. 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch, and takes a strike on the inside part of the plate. Good job there from Von Canel to get ahead.
So let's see if he keeps the pattern, because he's gone fastball inside. He's gone with the slider outside for fouls. Let's see if he sticks with that pattern here.
0-1 pitch, and this one is driven out to left field, going back on it, and can't make the play over his head. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. DeJournay will stay put at second, and it's a 2 RBI game-tying double for the Lumberjacks.
So he decides to break the pattern. So we said there was a pattern that he had was the fastball inside, was the slider outside. He broke the pattern and went with the fastball again back-to-back. And DeJournay was sitting on that fastball there. So a little bit of a gamble to break your pattern and make sure that you can try to at least stay ahead in the count instead of doing what's been going with your bread and butter right now. That slider has been really good for Von Cannell in this inning. He stays away with it, goes back with the fastball. DeJournay just made a great job hitting there and puts the ball in over the head of left fielder.
Yeah, good job for DeJournay to get that ball over Curtis Lindsey's head as the first pitch to Caden Stillwell. A check swing. They check, and he did not go for ball one.
And it looks like that's now the strategy for the Lumberjacks is you're going to stay away from that slider. Let him come to you with a fastball.
1-0 count, game tied now at 3. Next one, another pitch missing in the dirt, 2-0. Volcano missing a mistake. A middle-in pitch. DeJournay turns on it. Ties the game up, and now behind in the count, 2-0 to Stillwell. Here's the 2-0. And this one's driven out in the left center alley. That's going to be extra bases. Scoring is DeJournay. Stillwell still chugging around. And now he's going to try for third. The throw from Bubba Thompson is in time to get him. The Jacks do take the lead. An RBI double for Caden Stillwell gets thrown out at third, and that will end the crazy inning. The Jacks, however, take the lead as the Jacks, after 3 innings, lead the A's 4-3. Jonathan, pleasure for having you on the broadcast today. It was awesome. Me and Steven had a great time.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. We'll head to the top of the 4th from Palm Springs Stadium. Jacks lead the A's 4-3.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org. Back here for the top of the 4th, Jayce Cicinelli, Stephen Buxton here on a good game here for a chance to advance to the semifinals and play the Rush tomorrow. Jacks lead the A's 4-3 after a good pitcher duel through 2 innings. As the first pitch is put in play to the left side, coming up on it is Stillwell, fires across the diamond and retires Hoyt for the first out. 5-3 there on the put-out, Steven. But how about already knocking out James Williams last inning did the A's.
and 2+ innings of work, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 3 hits, and 3 runs all earned.
Yeah, the A's have done a good job just not allowing pitches to get by them. They've been fouling off everything, and they made Wood work so much. Both pitchers haven't exactly been precise today, both starters, but Peyton Von Kanel's done a great job keeping his team in it.
And we talked about the great matchup in the open as far as these two teams battling it out as the next one misses upstairs to Bubba Thompson. 1 ball, 1 strike the count, but these two teams are very scrappy, and you knew it was going to be a head-to-head battle so far, and that's what we've got. 1-1. Fastball right down Broadway. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good spot there from Johnny Young. Just continuing to pound the zone. If the A's hitters are going to keep taking, then you're just going to keep going there. Here's the 1-2. Fastball again. That one misses upstairs. Try to get him to chase. Runs the count to 2-2.
Yeah, and it's a fine art as a pitcher just trying to figure out where that zone is along with your catcher. For some different pitchers, the way your arsenal comes into the plate, it might look different to the umpire, so the zone might vary a little bit. It's mostly fairly consistent as long as it's the same umpire, though. And with Johnny, he's doing a great job on the mound, just firing strikes over and over, and he's really calmed the game down for the Lumberjacks.
Another 2-2 count. Just misses outside. Not a bad spot there on a 2-strike count, but Thompson knows his strike zone very well and knew that was outside. So full count offering coming up. Johnny Young out of the stretch, the 3-2, and releases a slider and a high sky pop-up. Right side of the infield. Calling for it is Drew Perry. Calls off Gephardt for round number 2.
And the key to Johnny Young, if he's going to have any success today, is being able to land that slider 4 strikes or keep it around the zone, be able to keep it competitive enough to get chases. Because he's had a couple tough outings this year. He overall had a great season, but there were a couple tough outings where he only went an inning or 2, and it's because he was walking guys with that slider. He couldn't land it. It was non-competitive out of the hand.
So 2 outs here for James Wood. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Good slider there from Johnny Young. Wood 0 for 1, a ground out walk and a run scored. Here's the 0-1 from Young. Back-to-back sliders. That time pulled the string and quickly ahead 0-2. Young ahead 0-2, releases the 0-2. That one misses up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And right now, if I'm Young, I'm thinking of throwing that changeup, getting it in on the hands of James Wood right here, or going back to that fastball. He's thrown that slider a lot this inning.
Next pitch, foul, back to the screen.
And that's a good pitch. It's a fastball just off the plate. It's up and high, and you can't do anything with that if you're Wood. You're more likely to chase and miss at that pitch, but he did a good job just getting a piece of the bat on it.
We'll have a quick score update when we can from the backfields. The next one misses outside, 2-2. So we just get the score update here. 5-1 Blue Sox, top of the 7th, 3 outs away from advancing to the semifinals, where they will play the Colonials tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This one is up the middle, off the foot of Johnny Young. Hustling is Krell, and he's going to get there. An infield single, and now Krell's going to go to second. The ball sailed into center field, and a weird throw off balance from Jimenez, a high throw. And just like that, Wood is going to get there on an infield single and then advancing to second.
Yeah, that's a brutal error for the Lumberjacks right there. It just goes right between each fielder, and they're kind of just standing there not realizing that it looked like they thought that Joe Jimenez was already coming in on it, and he basically, they thought he was like 5 feet from it. So they're just standing around, and the ball is rolling farther and farther and farther away when Joe Jimenez, in all reality, was playing a fairly deep center field. He had a long way to run.
The first one misses outside, and now you have to deal with this guy, Christian Ramos, their best RBI hitter, collecting in his last at-bat his 2 RBI, 2-out double that he had. RBIs 21 and 22 on the summer for him. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses outside, 2-0.
And this isn't a bet you have to be a little bit careful with if you're Johnny Young on the mound. He's been leaning a lot on that slider, and it runs in on Ramos's hands. It could run right into his wheelhouse, and the A's could break this game open.
2-0, and Ramos goes the other way in the left. That's a base hit. They're going to wave home the runner. The throw to the plate is not in time. The throw was in time. Pardon me on that, but how about the heads-up slide by Carson Krell?
Oh, my goodness, Jayce. Christian Ramos on cue takes a fastball away, throws it into left field, and then it was a great throw by Tarling coming in. Tarling threw a seed right to home plate. He had James Wood by at least 5-6 feet. And then Wood somehow gets away from that tag.
So the first one misses high and away, 1-0. So the next one does catch the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And just a good swing there from Ramos to shoot it the other way. Scoring James Wood on the play, and the throw beat him there as we mentioned, but that heads-up slide getting around the tag as the next one's fouled back to the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now Young's just got to take a second, think to himself he only needs 1 out. He needs just a strike here to get out of this inning. He's already got 2 outs. So he doesn't have to be too fine with it. Just don't hang anything over the middle of the plate.
Next pitch, and just misses outside. Young trying to continue to work outside. So 4-4 game here for the Jacks and the A's. And now a pickoff attempt over there at first, but getting back is Ramos. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. So a walk to Gilbert Casio. And runners now at first and second with still 2 away.
Yeah, that's a tough break right there. Johnny Young threw a great slider, but it was up in the zone just too high for the liking to get the call from John DeCesar behind the plate. It's a really borderline pitch. It could go either way, but Johnny Young was wishing he could get that one.
First pitch is in there for strike 1 to JoJo Biles.
And good way to start that bat there, getting a good fastball on the corner. It really opens up the option, maybe put a changeup in, get a slider, try and pull him off the plate.
As Biles fouls that one off to the stands of the right side. Quickly 0-2.
Again, it's just how far can you get JoJo to reach? How far can you get him to keep chasing after that slider? So if he goes with one right here, expect it to start on the plate and go into that left-handed batter's box.
A's have tied the game, trying to take the lead. 2-2. Biles fouls that back.
Young with 3 straight fastballs to start that bat.
Another 0-2 count here coming up. See if Young goes back to that slider. Haven't really seen his changeup or sinker much. 4-pitch mix, but really just the fastball slider. And there it is, and there's a high chopper to short. Eli fields it on a high hop, fires and doesn't have a throw. An infield single for Biles, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, Jayce, that was almost a perfect pitch by Johnny Young. A fastball almost off the plate, just on the corner. JoJo Biles barely gets a piece of it, but That hop to Nick Eli was something out of nightmares right there. Made him jump up to even get to it off of what looked like a kind of routine ground ball. And it was just too slow for him to even have a play anywhere.
Got a quick backfield update score, the final score. Blue Sox winning that ball game 5-1 over the Coyotes. Alex Hawking picking up the win for the Blue Sox. And the Blue Sox, congrats to them on advancing to the semifinals, as they will face the Colonials tomorrow. As we mentioned in the beginning of this game, A's and Lumberjacks. Winner of this game will advance and play the Rush tomorrow. It looks like we have a pinch hitter here for the A's. Logan Cadenhead will pinch hit for Kirk Felikian. Here in the fourth. First pitch to Cadenhead. This is upstairs 1-0.
Cadenhead really struggled this season offensively, just hitting 100 in 44 plate appearances. He had 4 hits.
Next pitch, shoots this one to the right side. A bobble by Perry, but has a play. Steps on the bag to end the frame. A's do tie the game, but limit the damage. We'll head to the home half of the fourth, all tied up 4-4.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the fourth, A's and Jacks knotted up at 4 here in a very good playoff game. Sam DiMatteo, Jimmy Johnson, the respected managers of the ball clubs, and a good battle like we saw here on the opening day, the first game that actually started this PSCL season. Now they're back here battling it out in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's been a good one here today, Jayce. Again, both teams, the Lumberjacks, obviously the number 1 team in that Southern Division, but the A's weren't too far behind them. 10-9 on the year, and Coach Jimmy Johnson has done a great job at leading these guys.
So both teams, after being shut down in the first innings for each pitcher between James Williams and Peyton Von Canel, have each scored at least 1 run in each inning since, each half inning. It's the A's with 1 run in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the top of the fourth. Jacks with 1 in the second, 3 in the bottom of the third, and now they're batting here in the bottom of the fourth. Cameron Tarling, and then top of the order, Joe Jimenez and Nick Eli. As Tarling takes inside there 1-0.
And Jayce, it's been a different story for these two teams. The Lumberjacks obviously started off with that hot 8-0 start, but they've won 4 of their last 10 games. The A's, it's been different. They've won 4 of their last 5 coming into today.
2-0. Check swing, but that missed inside. 3-0.
So it's really a question of which one's going to come out on top. The team that was dominant for 90% of the season or the one that's getting hot late.
And a 4-pitch walk to Tarling to lead off the inning, and back to the top of the order to Joe Jimenez. Joe Jimenez this morning for the Jacks. 0 for 1, a pop out and a walk. Now a quick mound visit here between Carson Krell and the starting pitcher Peyton Von Canel, trying to talk things over, get back on the same page, settle him down. So now you're starting to see some bullpen movement going down there. Looks like Caden Stillwell, the right-hander, the talented right-hander, getting loose down there in the Lumberjacks pen.
And I'm a little surprised. I know Von Canel's been great so far this game. He's kept the team in it. But I'm surprised that the A's don't have someone in the pen.
As Jimenez lays down a good bunt to the left side, coming on and doesn't have a play. A bunt single for Joe Jimenez. James Wood coming in his third base position, coming in, barehanding it. But by the time he got the ball to his hand, did not have a play with the speedy Jimenez going down with the hard 90.
Yeah, that's such a tough play for James Wood to make. He wasn't playing pinched in for the bunt, so he had a long way to run, and somehow Joe Jimenez managed to keep that thing right on the line between the grass and the dirt. And it was such a slow roller. He had no choice but to go down and barehand it, and by then Jimenez was already at first.
And another bunt, this time off the bat of Nick Eli. Right back to the pitcher. Von Canel fields his position, gets the first big out, number 1. But runners, however, do advance to scoring position, as now it's second and third on the sac bunt by Nick Eli.
Back-to-back bunts where the Lumberjacks are just putting on a clinic on small ball right there. I mean, Joe Jimenez put a picture-perfect bunt down that first time around. Nick Eli's was almost as good.
And now an intentional walk to Johnny Alley. Obviously not a big surprise there. You try and get the force now at any bag. And now bases are juiced for the cleanup hitter, Drew Perry.
And a little surprised that they're going to do that with Drew Perry coming up again. I know he's 0 for 2 so far today, but I can't look past the fact that he hit .447 on the season. He was a PSCL All-Star. He had 11 RBIs.
First pitch, cut on and missed for strike 1. I mean, Steven, either way, Johnny Alley, Drew Perry, the two big power threats in this lineup, they want the righty-righty matchup, it looks like. Instead, Johnny Alley has seen Von Canel very well in his 2 at-bats, as the next one misses low and away.
But you said it there. The issue is it's 2 of the power threats for the Jacks here. Drew Perry had 11 extra base hits this season. One more, and that scores 2.
1-1, cut on and miss for strike 2. Good spot there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking for a big strikeout. Drew Perry only has 8 on the season and make that 9. Cut on and miss, and a big strikeout for Peyton Von Canel.
Peyton Von Canel just 1 strikeout on the day coming into this inning, and that might be the biggest one right there, because a pop-up now anywhere ends the inning for him.
So 2 outs, bases still loaded. Here for the All-Star Binion Gebhardt, who puts it on the ground to the left side and just going to step on the bag for out number 3. James Wood goes 5 unassisted on the fielder's choice to end the frame. Peyton Von Canel, what an outing for him. Gets out of the bases loaded 1-out jam. We're through 4 from Palm Springs Stadium. We got a thriller, 4-4, headed to the top of the 5th.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, the Cal, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
So we're back here for the top of the fifth. New pitcher on here for the Lumberjacks. Going to be the right-hander Caden Stillwell, who's mostly used as a starting pitcher, but he'll come in. Sam D'Amato obviously recognizing a must-win situation, a tight game 4-4. James Williams went 2 innings plus to start the game. Johnny Young came in after with 2 good innings out of the pen, just allowed 1 run as the first pitch misses low and away here for ball 1 to Curtis Lindsey, and now they go to Caden Stillwell here.
And Sam D'Amatteo's working with kind of an embarrassment of riches on the mound because Caden Stillwell had a solid year all around, 21 2/3 innings, just 9 runs allowed. He's provided them length, he's provided them solid innings, and he's been able to work in and out of jams.
Kind of a 3-quarter delivery right there, but misses low and away and quickly 3-0.
And they don't need Stillwell to come in and strike out the world. They just need him to provide quality innings. They need him to keep them in it.
And a 4-pitch walk, and not what you want to do to come right out of the pen and walk the 8-hitter Lindsey, and that will send up Carson Carell. Feels like any base runner here in the final 3 innings of this ball game, unless we go to extras, obviously. Very crucial here, and we've talked about the amount of free passes in this ball game for both pitching staffs, and not the start you want to lead off an inning.
Yeah, Stillwell 3.74 ERA here. He can probably afford to give up a run, but again, he needs to just keep the team close because their bats can do the work. Really, their whole goal is how quickly can they chase Peyton Von Canel. As soon as they get to that bullpen, the Lumberjacks will be feeling a lot better about their chances.
0-1 count as he pumps a strike on the outside corner. Lumberjacks with 7 walks by their pitching staff. Next pitch, swung on and miss, and no throw as the runner Lindsey was on the move and steals second base.
Yeah, it looked like behind the plate, Desjournay just couldn't find the ball, couldn't collect it in time to get Lindsey. Good job by him with a great jump. It was going to be a close play anyways.
So an 0-2 count, and now the perspective changes the hitter. You're just trying to get it to the right side if you're Krell. The 0-2 pitch misses outside, 1-2.
Yeah, Krell's hoping that Stillwell keeps pitching him outside like he is here because as long as he's not way early on it, anything he makes contact with is going to go to right field.
Here's the 1-2 delivery, and Krell fouls it off behind the plate.
Good job changing up the speed right there by Stillwell. Throws in a breaking ball after a couple consecutive fastballs. Just extending that zone even more, extending the reach of Krell at the plate.
Krell, another 1-2 count. Misses low and away from Stillwell, 2-2.
Just tried to do a little too much with a fastball right there, pulled it all the way down. Behind the plate, DeJournay was set up inside a little bit, and Krell had it all the way out, almost got past DeJournay.
2-2 offering. Backdoor slider, got him looking. Big strikeout from Stillwell for the first out of the inning.
And that's such a hard pitch to hit right there, that backdoor slider. It looks like you're about to get hit right in the middle back, and it just keeps moving, and finally catches a piece of the plate. Especially after Stillwell on the mound had been working him outside the entire at-bat.
So 1 out, back to the top of the order to Connor Hoyt. So he takes a strike 0-1. Hoyt so far 0 for 3, couple ground outs and a lineout. Looking for his first hit of the game, which has the chance to give the A's the lead. Runner Lindsey at second with one away, the 0-1, and he puts it on the ground to the left side. Avoiding it is Lindsey. Off-balance throw by Eli is not in time. It was a good effort from Nick Eli, kind of the jump throw that you see from a lot of shortstops on the backhand, but couldn't get enough on it with the speedster Hoyt going down the line.
Nick Eli almost just made play of the year right there. I mean, he was running to his right, had to go down for a jump up and just heave a desperation throw. I'm surprised he even had the arm strength to get it all the way over there. It was a long throw, and it was close.
So an infield single for Connor Hoyt. And now runners on the corners. As a quick pickoff attempt over there to Hoyt for the A's, arguably their best hitter in Bubba Thompson.
I mean, with how that ball was hit and with how Hoyt was running, that play shouldn't have been close.
First pitch, and Bubba Thompson right on cue. Base hit into right center. Scoring is Lindsey. Going to third is Hoyt. The throw will sail into second base. Runners are on the corners, and an RBI single, and the A's take the lead for Bubba Thompson.
This is what the A's lineup has done all year, Jayce. Again, they're pesky. They fight off pitches. They've been able to work counts and just keep themselves in it the whole year. Just because of how often they put the ball in play, and right there, Bubba Thompson able to drive a single into right field and give them the lead.
So time is called with the trainer coming out, checking on the runner, Connor Hoyt, who was going hard into third. Seems to be okay, though. He's got up on his own. He's walking it off. And so there will be no pinch runner. So he'll definitely stay in the game. So good to see that, whatever the discomfort that he was feeling.
Yeah, it's always a good sign for not just him to be shooing off the pinch runner, but for our athletic trainer and for Jimmy Johnson to approve of it and not immediately hold up the pinch runner and make sure it stays by. It's a little bit of a confidence that things should be all right, and as they're walking away, thankfully, Connor Hoyt looks like he'll be okay.
So runners are on the corners for the A's with still one away, and now James Wood, the three-hitter, will stand in. So the A's jump on Caden Stillwell here in his first inning relief out of the pen. Has just recorded 1 out so far through the first 4 batters he has faced. Had a leadoff walk, then struck out Carson Krell, but then back-to-back singles from Connor Hoyt and Bubba Thompson. First pitch to Wood. Check swing, but doesn't matter. Strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1.
And this is a dangerous spot in the lineup for Stillwell. Out of the next 4 hitters, James Wood's the only one who's recorded an out.
(0-1) count, and now time's called here from the batter.
Woods 1 for 2 with 2 runs. He's scored on a walk. Christian Ramos scored on a walk, doubled. He singled last inning. Gilbert Casio is 2 for 2 with a walk. JoJo Biles has walked twice, and he has a single. So they need to get James Wood right here, or the Lumberjacks could be in serious trouble.
They had a quick pickoff attempt over there to Thompson, but nothing doing there. And now the next pitch home to Wood. That misses low. One ball, one strike, the count here to James Wood. He's been on base twice, as you mentioned, Steven. Next one sails outside, 2-1. He's also scored in both of those times. A's trying to complete the upset, leading 5-4 in the top half of the fifth. Runners on the corners, one out, and obviously need more to do that. The 2-1 misses low and away, 3-1.
And I feel like this is where the Lumberjacks have the advantage, though. They're behind right now. They're in a bit of a jam. But because they didn't play yesterday, they've got more rested arms than the A's.
3-1 delivery, and there's a high chopper to second. This could be two, and now it's bobbled by Gebhardt. His only play is to first, and it's offline. An E4 for the Jacks, and it costs them another run, and the A's extend the lead 6-4.
That's a tough play by Gebhardt. You've got to be able to glove that on the first attempt, and he almost drops it on the transfer completely. It's not a terribly difficult play to make, and just because of that, he's not able to get the throw down to first in time. It's wide, and everyone's safe, and now the Jacks have some work to do.
And a good job for Stillwell. He hasn't gotten hit too hard in this inning. He's had a couple infield singles that he's allowed, and now that air, and looks like Gebhardt just took his eye off it. He was already kind of looking to try and find the bag and have a 4-3 double play, kind of do him himself, as the first one sails outside to Christian Ramos.
And what this inning does for the A's is massive. It gets Peyton Von Canel a ton of time to rest, and it gives him a lead to work with. There's a chance they might try and extend him 6-7 innings.
Next delivery, misses outside, 2-0. And you got to think with Peyton Van Canel, with the high pitch count, that this is going to be his last outing no matter what, whether they win or lose.
Yeah, it's going to be your last outing as long as you go deep as a starter, because you've only got 2 more games to play in the year.
Next pitch, cut on and miss on the 2-0 delivery. Took something off there, 2-1.
And with that time limit, you know your starter's going to be done after this game. So if you can ride him as long as you can, if you can limit that bullpen usage, if you can get him through a complete game, that's best case scenario.
2-1, that one misses way inside. And now a 3-1 hitters count to the cleanup man, the ever-dangerous Christian Ramos. You got to think, however, though, Steven, with this being the only game here on the stadium today, that they might just be playing the full 7 no matter what. One out, runners at first and second. Officially 11 a.m. here on this beautiful July 7th in Palm Springs Stadium. 3-1 delivery, that one misses low for ball 4.
Yeah, with it being the playoffs and with it being the only game in the stadium, all playoff games will go the full 7 innings. They'll go into extra innings, too, as both stadium games did yesterday. Bombers couldn't pull it out against the Colonials, had them on the ropes for the whole game, and MLB China DC in the same boat. Both of them lost in extra innings.
Yeah, 2 of those games back-to-back, Steven, arguably both the games of the year. Talk about the 4-run comebacks that we saw, and both teams down to their final breath, able to complete the comebacks. The next one's in there, and obviously both of those teams getting some much-needed rest today, the Rush and the Colonials. Colonials will now face the Blue Sox tomorrow, and Rush still waiting on their opponent right here in this ballgame. After this game finishes, only 4 teams will remain as the next one misses outside. Still just 1 out in the inning. Bases are loaded, and it feels like one more big hit here with the A's already up 6-4 here in the top of the 5th. Could be in some serious troubles. The next one is sent out to center field. Jimenez is under it. This should be deep enough to get the run in as he catches it, and the runner, Bubba Thompson, scores easily. and a sac fly RBI for Gilbert Casio.
Great job by Casio being able to adjust to that breaking ball. It was over the heart of the plate, so it wasn't anything too difficult to get a bat on. But again, after seeing a lot of fastballs, being able to make that adjustment and get it out far enough to be able to score that run in Bubba Thompson.
So 3 runs home in the inning for the A's. They still have runners at first and second for 2 outs. First pitch, a big swing and a miss for JoJo Biles. Biles has been on base all 3 times, 2 walks and a single.
And Jayce, it's just been that kind of game for the A's where that's the second out that the 3 through 6 batters have produced, but that's an RBI for him.
And now time is called here. A 1 count here to Biles, and now he'll call time, gather himself back here in the batter's box. Here's the 0-1, and this one's on the ground to short. Nick Eli with a bobble. Does he have a play at first? He doesn't. It beats it out. Another error in the inning for the Jacks, and it will continue to extend the inning. And Steven, you got a feel for Caden Stillwell. He's been making those efficient pitches, those ground ball double plays potentially that we've seen, and the defense just not helping him out.
Caden Stillwell has done all he has really needed this inning. He hasn't been leaving a ton over the middle of the plate other than that curveball from Gilbert Casio. He left a curveball right over the heart of the plate, and that was a sac fly. It's still recorded an out. Other than that, he's been in and around the zone, and he's gotten a lot of soft contact. The Lumberjacks just have not been able to convert.
First pitch misses low and away for ball 1. 9th batter of the inning, Steven, and Logan Cadenhead, who came in the 4th inning off the bench and grounded out in that plate appearance, took over for Kirk Felikian. 1-0. And Cadenhead punches that to the right side there by the A's dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you have to get Cadenhead out right here because you're down 3. Obviously, it's not best case scenario to be hoping for a grand slam, but that would win the game for the Lumberjacks. If the A's get this 4th run, they are at minimum needing 5 to win it.
So 1-2 count after the swing and miss, and Stillwell misses outside 2-2.
And with how Peyton Von Canel and this whole A's staff has looked today, 5 might just be too much.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, and there's a pop-up there by the on-deck circle, and now it hits the netting there by the A's side. We'll do it again at 2-2, and for the amount of pitches that Stillwell has thrown in this inning, making them work, and this is, again, Steven, just his first inning out of the pen. Another 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed for strike 3. The inning will finally end, but not before the A's, who strike for 3 and take a big 7-4 lead as we advance to the home half of the 5th with the Jacks coming up.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you.
Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Back here for the home half of the 5th here at Palm Springs Stadium, the Lumberjacks and the A's. Winner will advance here to play the Rush tomorrow as the A's lead the Jacks 7-4. It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters Owen Fuco coming in here off the bench, getting an at-bat here as we saw him as a defensive replacement last inning. Take over at third for Caden Stilwell, who was obviously on the mound last inning for the Jacks. First pitch from Von Canel, misses outside, 1-0.
Yeah, Fuco hitting 223 on the season, or 233, but he's been a really reliable defender for the Jacks, so he's been able to provide some value with the bat, but they're just hoping that he can keep it and hold it down in the field for them.
Hitters count here 2-0. Trying to get on base as the leadoff man in the inning, but takes a strike right there. 2-1.
And again, this is where we start to see how long will they stretch out Peyton Von Canel.
Now you're starting to see Drew Perry get loose down there. There's a chopper over to Thompson. Fields it on the backhand, fires to first. And a good pick over there as well from Ramos. And a 6-3 put out to start the inning.
Because with Von Canel, again, you know his season's over after today. He's not going to pitch for the rest of the playoffs. So how long will he and this team allow himself to go?
So 1 out here for Cameron DeJournay, the catcher who had the big hit for the Jacks, the 2 RBI double that actually gave the Jacks the lead when they were trailing 3-1. Or actually tied up the game as a big swing and miss, pulled the string on the breaking ball. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 to DeJournay. That one sails outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. A's now 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. And the Jacks had no errors until that last inning. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. Here in the bottom of the 5th, 1-1. Big swing and miss for strike 2. Seeing some good breaking balls still out of the hands from Von Canel. Especially 3rd time through the order with DeJournay, who has started this game, but he's seen them well. A single and a double halfway of the cycle, 2 RBIs, run scored for the Jacks. 1-2, cut on and miss for strike 3. 3 straight sliders, gets the swing and miss for round number 2.
And Von Canel, that breaking ball has been working well for him today. He's had to lean on it. He hasn't had full control over that fastball. He's been able to find it a little bit the last couple innings, but the breaking ball has been what has bailed him out.
So 2 outs now for the pitcher, Caden Stillwell. Stillwell 1 for 2, a ground out and an RBI double. First pitch, catches the outer black for strike 1. Open stance from Stillwell, the 0-1 delivery, another good slider. And Von Canel, he just keeps carving him up with the slider, and he got a quick ground out to lead off the inning. Struck out DeJournay on a 1-2 count and has Stillwell here 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Fastball just misses inside. Wanted the call there. A good spot right there as well.
Yeah, perfect spot up and in. If he swings at that, Stillwell's getting sawed off, and that's a ground ball going right to the mound.
1-2, he does get sawed off right to second base. Should be a 4-3 putout, and it is to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Jacks. The A's continue to keep the momentum on their side as we head to the top of the sixth. A's lead the Jacks 7-4.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Top of the sixth inning here in Palm Springs, and we've got a good one. A's over the Lumberjacks, trying to complete the upset. 6 outs away from moving on. Lumberjacks have a new pitcher on the mound. It's Drew Perry taking over for Caden Stillwell. Stillwell going to go over, stay in the game, go over to first base. Owen Fuco at third base. Perry finishing up his warm-ups, had a solid season on the mound. Threw 11 2/3 innings for the Lumberjacks. Struck out 22, just walked 7, but it was an ERA of 4.63. A lot of that was from 2 starts, one against the Blue Sox, one against the Bootleggers, where they really knocked him around. Outside of that, it's an ERA right around 1.5. So it's a question of which version of Stillwell will the Lumberjacks get today. They need the outing that he had against the A's. They need the outing he had against China. He had an outing against the A's on June 22nd. Went an inning and a third, faced 5 batters, allowed 1 hit, struck out 4, didn't walk anyone. And here today, he's going to face off against Curtis Lindsey, Carson Krell, and then the top of the A's lineup. Connor Hoyt will be the 3rd batter of the inning. Singled and scored in the 5th.
Yeah, it's a big inning here for the Jacks. 7-4, obviously all the momentum right now on the A's side. Jacks suffering both their first 2 errors of the game in the last inning, and that 3-run big inning for the A's. And the A's are 6 outs away, Steven, from advancing to the semifinals. So the Jacks could pretty much, they cannot allow another run on the scoreboard. They got to get a quick inning here, a 1-2-3 here from Drew Perry on the rubber, and try and get that offense out there and do what they've done all season, scrap some runs across, and try and advance to the semifinals as The Jacks are the back-to-back champs with the three-peat on the line here.
A's looking to get themselves a date with the Rush tomorrow. Looking to be the second upset so far in this PSCL playoffs. As that one's absolutely drilled into our concourse. 92 off the bat, the first pitch to Curtis Lindsey.
Yeah, that was dangerous right there, and hopefully everyone's okay down there in that concourse area because, as you mentioned, Steven, that had some serious exit velo heading down there.
Perry with his second pitch to Curtis Lindsey. Downstairs, it's ball one. 1-1 count, 7-4 ball game here in Palm Springs. A's on top of the Lumberjacks right now. Drew Perry fires and fools Lindsey with a breaking ball. It's 1-2 now. Good slider below the zone. Got Lindsey chasing. Lindsey 0 for 2 so far today. And he's 0 for 3 now, struck out looking. Fastball on the outer edge of the plate. Got Lindsey looking. It's his second K of the day.
Yeah, right there. Good job for Perry. Get that first quick out of the inning with the big strikeout there. Got some of the bottom of the order guys, but top of the order obviously on deck with Connor Hoyt.
Carson Krell trying to bring it to the top of the order with a runner on. Swings through that breaking ball at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1 now. Perry working out of the windup, kicks and fires. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, gets past Desjournais. Doesn't matter though, no runners on base. Looks like Bubba Thompson will go and get that ball. Again, update for the backfield. Blue Sox won 5-1 against the Coyotes. Alex Hawking got the win. And it's 1-2 here. Drew Perry trying to put his team in a position to get a win, and the A's trying to prevent that, trying to give Peyton Von Kahnel the win after his efforts today. He's through 5 innings, has just allowed 4 runs, and still nobody up in the A's bullpen. It's his game right now. Carson Krell behind 1-2. Fouled that one down the right field line, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it back. Managing to stay alive. It's been a theme of the A's lineup this whole season, but especially this game. They've fouled off so many pitches. They've made the Lumberjacks work. It has not been easy to get a single out today. It's an A's lineup that scored almost 140 runs in the regular season, and that one's lined over to short. Nick Eli gets it and throws in time. 2 outs on the nice 6-3 putout by the Lumberjacks shortstop.
Yeah, good spot there from Drew Perry, working low in the zone, making those efficient pitches, getting the strikeout, and now you get a ground ball right there, and Eli able to handle that one and make the good throw over there to first for 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th.
Dejon Mitchell steps up to the plate, hitting for Connor Hoyt. Again, Connor Hoyt out after got a little banged up on that slide to third base. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And it looks like that got a piece of Dejon Mitchell. Hit by pitch sends Mitchell to first, and Bubba Thompson's got a base runner with 2 outs. Thompson, the start of a really tough stretch in the lineup between 2 and 6 in this A's lineup. They've recorded a total of 4 outs. Bubba Thompson 1 for 3. He's got a strikeout, grounded out to second base, and he got hit by a pitch and has an RBI single in the 5th. That one smacked into center field. Coming in on it is Joe Jimenez. That'll land right in front of him for a base hit.
And yes, it's a base hit off the bat there from Bubba Thompson, but you just see Joe Jimenez. He had a beat on it and then just gave up. I mean, that's a ball that if he's running full speed, a play that he should probably make.
It was going to be close either way. It wasn't hit too hard off the bat, and it was hit right on a line. So Joe Jimenez had to evaluate whether or not he goes for it and risks an error possibly. It could get by him, or if that's just a base hit. And there's another base hit. Back-to-back hits for the A's. Coming around third is Mitchell. He'll score. It's 8-4.
Good piece of hitting from James Wood, the meat of the order for the A's, continuing to be a killer in this ball game. I mean, good job there for the top of the order, all with 2 outs. Mitchell coming off the bench, a quick hit by pitch. Thompson a couple pitches later, single, and now James Wood right there on the first pitch being aggressive, finding the pitch he can handle, gets the RBI knock.
It's a lineup that has fought tooth and nail every single game, and again, you cannot get easy outs with this team. Christian Ramos stepping up, trying to continue the inning, trying to add another 2-out run to the board.
And the A's know that this Lumberjacks team has the comeback in them. They've shown it all season long when they've been down, and they know they got to keep chipping away, and they're doing a good job continuing to do that.
2 outs. First pitch to Ramos is outside for ball 1. A's up 8-4 now here in the bottom of the 6th inning, or top of the 6th inning. They've got 2 runners on the corners. It's Bubba Thompson on third after he had a single, and Christian Ramos at the plate with James Wood at first. Wood had an RBI single in the last at-bat, drove in Dejon Mitchell. Drew Perry on the mound facing off against Christian Ramos. Perry will step off, take some time, recollect himself. Ramos steps out of the box, takes a second, takes a deep breath, steps back in. Ready for the 1-0 pitch. Chop back, foul. It's 1-1 now. If Ramos can reach Gilbert Casio, due up on deck. He's got 2 hits, and he had a sacrifice fly in the last inning. Has not recorded an out yet, other than that sacrifice fly. Again, it's a 2 through 6, really 3 through 6 stretch in this A's lineup that has been nearly impossible to get out so far this game. Ramos at the plate. It's 2-1. Fires back to first. James Wood in time. Wood safe. Bubba Thompson at third. Christian Ramos at the plate, trying to add on to a 4-run lead. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Peyton Von Canel has had a lot of time to rest in the dugout right now. It looks like he's walking around, just trying to keep the legs moving a little bit. Meeting on the mound, called by Desjournais. The whole infield is talking to Drew Perry right now, who needs a strike, who needs a ground ball, who needs to get out of this inning, because the Jacks are 6 outs away from succumbing to the upset by the A's. Peyton Von Canel 6 outs away from his first PSCL playoff win. Throw back to first. Nothing happens. James Wood just walks back. Christian Ramos ready for the 2-1 pitch. Working out of the stretch. Curveball gets the edge of the zone. Good pitch there by Perry.
Yeah, I like the meeting right there by the mound, trying to calm him down, and right there out of the meeting with a beautiful teardrop right there to dot it on the outside corner.
It's not just to calm him down, but it also gives him a chance to catch his breath and collect himself. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. And Jayce, being on the mound, how important is that just to get some time to take a breath?
Yeah, I mean, when there's a pitcher out there who, has been out there after getting the first 2 outs, you hit a batter, then you've allowed 2 back-to-back singles against 2 very good hitters. You've thought you've made some good pitches, but they've just shown that they're just that good of hitters too.
2-2 pitch, pinpoint inside, gets him looking. Drew Perry escapes the jam, only allows a run, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The Jacks need to get something going on offense. Down 4 here in Palm Springs.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Eight to 4 ball game here in Palm Springs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The A's 6 defensive outs away from continuing their season, continuing their run, and pulling off the upset against the #1 team in the Southern Division. First pitch from Peyton Von Canel, who's been the only guy the Jacks have seen all day against Cam Tarling, is outside for a ball. Von Canel started the game, has delivered 5 innings, 4 runs, and is in line for the win right now. He's evened at 1-1 right now. Just 88 pitches on the day for Von Canel. He's been efficient, he's been fast, and he's got a slow ground ball there to short throw by Bubba Thompson in time to get him. More soft contact induced by Peyton Von Canel on a day where he's had so much of it.
Yeah, and what the A's pitching staff has done so well is they've been getting a lot of the first batters to lead off innings outs, and usually when you're able to do that, you're able to limit rallies or late inning rallies started by your opposing team.
Jayce, Peyton Von Canel is still out there in the 6th inning against Joe Jimenez. After the 2nd and 3rd innings, he wasn't able to find it with his fastball. He was leaning on all the breaking stuff, and he was really erratic, but managed to grind through it and has put up 0 since.
Yeah, I mean, the job that he's done, as impressive as the A's offense has been as well against the Lumberjacks pitching, has just been incredible against a very explosive Lumberjacks offense that we've seen all summer long. Obviously the best team in this division, a 12-6 record. The A's were 10-9 and just pulling off the upset, and 5 more outs now from doing that.
Von Cano behind 3-0 now after that fastball just misses the zone inside. Out of Concordia Irvine, looking for his second win of the year. Gets back in the zone right there. 79 on the black. It's 3-1. 3-1, one out here.
And Joe Jimenez is a very fast runner. He's a guy you don't want to get on base.
Jimenez walks, and right there he gets on base, his second walk of the day. And you mentioned his speed. He had that perfect bunt right down the line in the fourth inning.
Yeah, he just makes things happen. And now same with this guy here, Nick Eli, who another fast runner, and just the speed on the top of the order that this Jacks lineup has is very, very impressive to have on your top of the lineup. And then you have guys like Johnny Alley and Drew Perry who can drive you in.
Von Cano might need a strikeout here with the speed of Eli and Jimenez. The double play ball might not work. It's 1-0 to Nick Eli now. Both of these guys can absolutely fly, and then you get to the power bats of the Jacks lineup right where they want to be with one out. Chopper to second. Glove, throw down to first. In time to get him. Double play ends the inning. 1-2-3 for Peyton Von Cano. He's through 6, and the A's are 3 outs away from getting the win.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
It's a 4 ball game here in Palm Springs. The A's need a 0 here, or the Jacks need a 0. The A's coming up trying to blow it open. The Lumberjacks are down to their last inning. The A's trying to make it so much more. Gilbert Casio leading things off against Drew Perry in his second inning of work. Casio, JoJo Biles, and Logan Cadenhead due up. Kirk Felican was in that spot, but Cadenhead pinch hit for him a couple innings ago. It's 8-4 A's right now. A's scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. Lumberjacks looking for that first 0 on the board since the first inning. 0-1 now. It's 1-1 now. That one gets away from him. Really borderline pitch right there. Curveball just on the corner. Doesn't get the call, though. Casio steps out, steps back in, and he's ready for the 1-1 pitch. Perry kicks and deals, and Casio follows that one back on the check swing. Casio's had one a heck of a day today. He's 2 for 2 with a sac fly and a walk. Hasn't scored a run, but he's got an RBI. One and two pitch. Off the hands into the Jacks dugout.
And right now, Steven, you're seeing the score 8-4. 4-run deficit. We saw two of those, Steven, on this stadium yesterday, down 4 in the last inning, and both of those teams were able to come back.
Yeah, yesterday we had, on the field at least, it was MLB China versus the Rush and the Bombers versus the Colonials. Both of those games went to extra innings. Both of them were absolute thrillers. The Rush, they were down 6-1 at one point against China. They were down 6-2 going into the 7th inning, put up 4 and managed to extend it. Counts run full now on Gilbert Casio.
Yeah, you got to get this first out here if you're Drew Perry.
Drew Perry trying to prevent another upset. 3-2 pitch. Driven out into center field high, though. Joe Jimenez settles under that and catches it for the first out. Fly out to center field leads it to JoJo Biles, who is 1 for 2 with 2 walks, reached on an error, and he had a single in the 5th inning. Biles fouls off the first pitch, and he's been a key to this lineup, a big cog to it the whole year, hitting .304. Has 13 runs batted in, has 14 hits, has scored 9 runs, and trying to get on, trying to make it number 10 here. He's got an 8-4 lead facing off against Drew Perry. 0-1 pitch. Driven up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. An incredible attempt by Gebhardt at second base, but he had to run too far and tried to make the leaping throw. Could not get him in time.
Yeah, good job there to just put the ball in play for JoJo Biles, who has now been on base in all 5 plate appearances, collecting his 2nd hit of the afternoon and continuing to keep the pressure on with another base runner and more traffic on the base pass.
Single by JoJo Biles gives Logan Cadenhead a runner on first. He struck out. He grounded out to first after Kirk Felican struck out twice. Here there's 1 out in the 6th inning, or in the 7th inning. Jacks desperately need a double play. Runner going, throw down, not in time. Stolen base for JoJo Biles.
Yeah, right there, going on the pitch. Now a runner in scoring position, 1 away only, and the A's have been starting rallies on their own, whether it's being aggressive on the base pass, whether it's been leading off the inning, 1 out or 2 outs. And it looks like another one brewing here. All it takes is a single, and you get another run home.
1-0 pitch to Logan Cadenhead. JoJo Biles on second base. It's 2-0 now as the fastball rides outside. Just 1 out here. Or it's 3-0 now. Just 1 out in the 7th inning. JoJo Biles on second base. Pitch outside. Runner is on first and second now after the walk. 4-pitch walk to Logan Cadenhead. Curtis Lindsey coming up. Looking for his first hit of the day. And Jayce, if you're Cam Desjournay, what are you saying to Drew Perry right now?
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to settle down, Feels like he's trying to go a little too quick there on the mound, just slow the tempo down like he did last inning. But, I mean, how about just the pitching staff for the Lumberjacks? It's 8 walks entering this inning, and now 9 on the afternoon, and 3 hit by pitches as well.
It's been the free passes that have given the A's so many chances, so many base runners, and they've converted on a lot of it. Again, they have scored every single inning outside of the first. With 1 out, the first pitch to Curtis Lindsey is outside. It's 1-0 with 1 out in the 7th inning. A's up 8-4. The Lumberjacks will be down to their last 3 outs when they get to the bottom half. It's 1-1. Lindsey swings through the breaking ball out of the zone. Lindsey looking for his first hit. He's got 2 strikeouts, and he scored after walking in the 5th inning. Throw back down to first. Almost in time, but couldn't get Logan Cadenhead sliding back in. It's 1-2 now to Curtis Lindsey. 1-2 pitch, skied into shallow center field. Going back on that, Nick Eli will haul it in. Just past the infield, Nick Eli ranges back and catches a high fly ball, battling the sun, and it's 2 outs here in the 7th.
Yeah, big out number 2 right there. Soft contact, you get the pop out, and also keeping both runners from advancing.
2 outs in the 7th, and Carson Krell coming up, the 9-hole hitter. Krell takes the first pitch outside. Has not got a hit either, but he walked in the 2nd inning. Krell with a runner on first and second. JoJo Biles at second. Logan Cadenhead at first. That one's driven into left field over the head of Tarling, going back on it, and he makes the running catch for the 3rd out. What a catch by Tarling out in deep left field, almost at the warning track to save a pair of runs and keep it 8-4. Lumberjacks down to their final 3 outs. It's crunch time here in Palm Springs. We'll be right back.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Bottom of the 7th inning, and it's time for the Jacks. They need 4 runs to tie it, 5 to win against Peyton Von Canel, back out there for the complete game.
Yeah, and Steven, you know what I love is who was the first one out there to get on the field? Peyton Von Canel. I mean, you see the energy that he's brought all game long, And for him to just be in this game, he gave up 1 in the second, 3 in the third, and since then has gotten stronger as the game's gone on with 3 straight shutout innings.
Again, Von Canel on the mound. It looked like he did not have it early on. He didn't have faith in the fastball. He was leaning almost exclusively on his breaking stuff. He couldn't find the zone in the second and third innings, but he has found it since. He's put up zeros since. The Jacks have not scored since the third. Johnny Alley leads things off, and Von Canel has poured it all out on that mound so far. Again, going for the complete game. This will be his final start of the season. He's at 96 pitches so far coming into the inning. But no other number matters other than that 4-run lead the A's have. Trying to buy themselves a date with the rush. First pitch to Alley is fired in for a strike. Johnny Alley has reached all 3 times he's been up on an intentional walk, an error, and a double. Fouls that one back. He's behind 0-2.
This is the perfect hitter to have up for the Jacks to try and complete this 4-run deficit comeback with your best hitter up to lead off the inning.
Alley behind 0-2. Watches a fastball upstairs. Looked like it got the plate, but does not get the call. It's a very borderline pitch. A good one, though, by Von Canel. 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, and it's ball 2.
And, Steven, he's at 111 pitches now. I mean, for him to still be in this ball game and for where they're at against this Jacks lineup, it's just impressive. A big outing here in a big spot.
112th pitch. Inside, it's a full count.
Still no bullpen movement as well for the A's up so far to this point.
With the 4-run lead, this is Peyton Von Canel's game. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-2 pitch, and he's walked him. Fastball just off the plate. He's walked the leadoff man. Drew Perry coming up.
Yeah, good job there. A good eye from Alley, a borderline call, and that's just a tough take. That's an up and in corner borderline call, and that's like pretty much right on the line, and it's going to go either way. And a good eye for him for the leadoff base runner.
The Jacks giving the A's a bit of their own medicine. The Jacks have watched the A's all day spit on pitches that are just off the plate and get the calls. And right now, they've got a leadoff base runner with their cleanup man, Drew Perry. He's 0 for 3 right now. He's ahead 1-0 after that curveball was too high. Perry flew out to center twice. He struck out in the 4th and lines that one to short. Throw down to second, down to first, double play! 6-4-3 gets 2 outs here in the 7th.
And it's just impressive what Peyton Von Canel has done. He's been getting a lot of ground ball outs, a lot of soft contact, and he is 1 out away from helping his ball club and the A's advance to play the rush tomorrow.
Von Canel again approaching 120 pitches, has poured it all out there on the mound, trying to will his team to a win, trying to continue what has been an outstanding season so far and get win number 2 as a pitcher on the year. First pitch is outside to Binyan Gebhardt. Gebhardt 0 for 3 as well. Popped out to short, struck out, and lined out to third base in the 4th inning. Since that 4th inning, the Jacks have just sent 6 batters to the plate coming into this one. And Johnny Alley and Drew Perry are out on that double play. 2 outs, 2-0 pitch. Skied into center field, going back on it. Dejon Mitchell catches the final out, and it's a complete game. The A's are moving on. What a game by Peyton Von Canel. He goes the distance, allows just 4 runs, And Jimmy Johnson and his A's are moving on for a game against the Rush.
And that might be one of the best outings all season long you'll see in the PSCL. A complete game. You only allow 4 runs against the best, arguably the best team in the PSCL this year, other than the Blue Sox, and just a great job. I mean, you talk about giving up 4 runs within the first 3 innings and then 4 straight shutout innings after that.
It was an incredible performance, an incredible team that has taken out a giant in the PSCL. Sam DiMatteo and the Jacks have been dominant all year. Again, they started off 8-0, but they cannot finish the job here. A team that's so talented and takes so much pride in themselves. Sam DiMatteo said on the backfield that it's a real big factor when he's trying to recruit some of these kids to the PSCL or to COD, that they pride how much they can coach them up, how much experience they have, and it showed all year. He made right move after right move, but Peyton Von Canel was just too much for them today.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about what he was able to do. 7 innings, goes the distance, 4 runs, 5 hits allowed, and just incredible.
For right now, the Rush will they'll have their hands full against this A's pitching staff. Again, 3 All-Stars, Peyton Von Canel, Jay Peters, and James Wood were all All-Stars for the A's, and a couple of them will be ready coming up. Von Canel saves the A's from having to even go to the bullpen. They pull off the win 8-4. And we'll go to break right now. We're trying to get an interview set up with Peyton Von Canel.
Yeah, Peyton Von Canel and Christian Ramos.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Back here for the post game. A's win it 8-4. We're here with Christian Ramos. Christian, you guys managed to basically do everything right. You were in the heart of the lineup, and at one point, your 3 through 6 batters had recorded 1 out and it had accounted for 4 runs. At one point, did you realize that just everything was going right, offense, defense? You guys turned a couple great double plays out there.
You know what, man? First and foremost, all glory to God, man. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be in the position we are. And, my fault. And I think we just all came together as a team and played some great baseball today, man. I think that's all it was.
Yeah, and Ramos, the performance you've had all season long, you've been the best RBI guy on the A's. 2 for 3, 2 walks, a double, 3 RBIs. I mean, what were you just seeing at the plate, especially in your guys' biggest game of the year?
Yeah, man, like I said, I just try to stick to me, stay in my zone, let the ball travel to me, and go out and get it, man. That's all I've been doing. Try to stick to my little simple approach.
Now, Peyton was fantastic on the mound. What did you see from him?
Straight dominance, honestly. I've never seen him out there like that, and I think he really showed up when we needed him.
Now, big game, obviously, against the Rush tomorrow, try and advance to the championship game against either the Blue Sox or the Colonials. What's kind of the conversation in the clubhouse as far as whether it's JJ, Phil, or you guys as a team, whether it's a leader on the team? What's the conversation in that locker room going into tomorrow against the Rush?
You know what, man? We take it day by day, opponent by opponent. We got done with the Jacks, now it's on to the Rush, and there's going to be a good game. They've gotten the best of us early in the season, but we're ready to go out there and switch things around.
Christian, thank you so much for your time, and congrats on the win.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day.
Christian Ramos, everybody, we've got Peyton Von Canel coming up. Peyton, congrats on the win. You're absolutely dominant out there on the mound. What was going right? It seemed like you couldn't find the feel for the fastball early on. You were leaning on the breaking stuff, but you were able to grind out an outstanding game.
Exactly. At first, I couldn't find that fastball like you said, and I just decided, let's flip them to secondary. They proved they could hit the fastball twice, and I said, let's pitch to them backwards. And from there, it worked. That helped me find my fastball, and, just dominate.
Yeah, and Peyton, a complete game in your guys' biggest game of the year, obviously to advance to the semifinals against the Rush tomorrow. And a big playoff spot. You go a complete game. You get 3 Ks. You only allow 3 runs. And how about those last 4 shutout innings? I mean, it just felt as if you got deeper into the ballgame. You got more and more dominant the more times they're seeing you throughout the batting order. You were working with your fastball slider combo, and just what was the game plan going in?
Going in, I just thought keep it light. Usually beat myself, and just thought those strikes, they're not better than me. And, I'm a closer, so I thought once I got further into that game, I really locked in, and I love to compete when it's harder. So as much as I need to keep the score low, I love these tense moments, and it was really fun.
And it was tense all game. The Jacks really were never out of it, but you're going into the 7th inning, give up the leadoff base runner. What's going through your mind before that double play?
I'm just staying locked in. I know that means nothing, and if anything, I thought I should have got him, so my confidence was still there. I thought no matter what, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 here, if they get a couple hits or not. My team really hit well and had my back.
Yeah, and obviously your guys' biggest win of the season against the Lumberjacks. How can you guys just keep this energy in, obviously with the momentum right now on your guys' side, and head in against Rush tomorrow?
We keep locking in, bearing down. I think everyone's just working harder and staying more competitive every inning, and I just love it. I think it's the best thing we've done so far, and I really think no one can hang with us if we do that every inning.
Peyton, thank you so much for your time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats. Peyton Von Canel, everybody, an outstanding performance. Again, complete game, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, shut down the Lumberjacks. He continues the A's season. They will move on to play against the Rush. After the Coyotes lost to the Blue Sox will move on to play the Colonials in the semifinals for the Northern Division. The winner of those two will face off in the championship game. And for Stephen Buxton, Jayce Cicinelli here. Jayce, What went so right for the A's all game?
Yeah, I mean, it all started in the beginning of the game. You see both teams put up a 0 in the first inning. You see both offenses then get a run off the pitcher. But I think for the A's, it was the offense. They were able to get the ace pitcher and James Williams out in 2 innings plus. He was struggling to find the zone today, a lot of walks. We talked about the 9 free passes, at least for walks concerned, couple hit by pitches as well from that Lumberjacks pitching. And then Peyton Von Canel, just you see the cadence that he has. He doesn't let any moment get too big for him, and just the command on all of his pitches really, obviously besides the fastball early on, was able to find it deeper in the games. And as we just heard from him say, he likes to go deep in ball games. He feels like he's stronger as he's getting more into his rhythm, and once he's in his rhythm, it was obviously hard for the Lumberjacks to score more runs.
Von Canel, the all-star, showed why he's an absolute superstar for the A's all season. Again, he's gone long, he's provided length, and they needed it from him today. They'll move on in a great game. Again, final score 8-4 A's. They win it in 7 innings in another great day of PSCL playoff play. For myself, Stephen Buxton, for Jayce Cicinelli, Ethan Gomolka on analytics today, we thank everybody for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for more PSCL playoffs.